Time flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. That's what I should do. An Eddie Vedder Pearl Jam style, like a rock version of it. One more time and you're done. You're done. One boy 21. Maybe not. That's one boy 21. Getting more like Bruce Springsteen there. Born in the 1980s. I wasn't actually. Hands up who was born in the 1980s or the 70s. Well, I was the 70s. I just snuck into the 70s. I could say I'm a child of the 70s. 1979, which was also the name of a very cool song from Smashing Pumpkins. See, I told you we were a little bit less focused over here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those who are patrons of the channel, thank you. You're awesome. You rock. Those that are visiting here, if you like what you watch today, if you want to come and hang out with us, we do this at least once a month. We do a Patreon live where we go a little bit more casual. You can always tell I'm more casual because I'm wearing the hat. Um, and we occasionally say swear words like bum and fart. So if you like that, then join the fun. Alrighty, so where are we at with this song, and what do we need to do? I kind of went a bit nuts there, changing around everything in that little video that we did just now. But we're on our way here. Yeah, we're getting things done. So what I do need to do is make sure that these vocals are all trimmed to the right spot. So make sure that we've got a full vocal take, because I actually kind of like the second take of the vocals that we did yesterday. It worked out okay in the end, but I need to make sure they're like trimmed together. And we'll just come in here and get these sorted. And then you disappear, you're done. 1.21. Oh, I moved that. See, sometimes you try to trim things and you actually move them. We don't want to do that. We want it to trim like that. Parking cars with boys, but your kids are gonna love it. Time flies and it's time to run. That version's a bit rough, but that's okay. We will bring this in here because what I'm going to do in this one is play around with some of the other options that we have in here. We've got some waves plugins, we've got some other things that we're going to tweak here and play with, and then I'll probably take some clips of this and make that an actual video that I'll put out tomorrow. So that way I can take it a bit slower and just get things right here, and then just clip it together and put it there. Yes, hat equals casual, exactly. Cat equals casual. But hello, Tom. Hello, Mark. Hello, Bubba. Hello, Kim. Who's here? Michael, aka Zilly Landban. 73. There you go, Frigsy. You got a few more years. You are a child of the 70s. Russ is saying, hello, old, not being rude. I'm eating and I only got one hand. Love you, Russ. I had a good chat yesterday on the Clubhouse. Again, for anyone who's not on the Clubhouse and you want to come and chat, I'm there every few days. Jade Star, hello to you. I'm there every few days and chatting with the folks over there. So there's plenty of them. Metallion 58. Yes, I remember, Mark. You've got the experience. I don't think of it as old age. I think of it as experience. You've got the experience on us. You know what it's like. You've been there, done that. All right, let's crack on with this. So I'm going to go to our mixer here, and what we'll do is we'll turn everything down. I don't always do this, but I kind of want to get some clarity. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do, because we're going to pissy pants about here today, I'm going to go to my options here. Number 3 is where we're at now. I'm going to tap it. See here, you can duplicate from within a track, from within the project itself. I'm going to duplicate out this one. We're going to call it, I'm sick of having that whole thing. We're going to call it 1.21 bracket 4, not 44, bracket 4. So, and then, you can then open the duplicated. See, Cubasis does have good things. Open the duplicated project. There you go. Why does it just call it 1? What did I do wrong there? Oh, because I put a dot there. All right. Yes, I should have known that. All right, rename. That's why I called it 1.21 before. I should have known that too. 1.21 bracket 4. All right. I was wondering why I put the word point. 1.21. All right, so this is our version that we can play around with. We know that number 3 is safe from the damage that I'm about to do to it, which is cool. So here's why I'm liking a mixer, because we can actually come in here and we can let's just faders down this sucker. Chuck them all down. And we'll build up a mix here using all the tracks, just so that, because what I'm finding is that every time I try to add something new, it doesn't work. And I think I've gone a bit nuts. I think I just need to chill and do something very minimalist for a change, because the effects and the other things that I'm going to be able to throw in here, they're going to be the things that are going to be able to change this around. So let's start with our click track, which is our kick track, which I'm thinking I actually keep in here because I actually like, oh, you know what? We don't have the mixer up. So, oh, we've got the wrong track. Broop, broop. See, I'm getting used to coming back and forth here. There's our kick track. And that is literally just using this AM house kick that we had in here, which I actually kind of like. I think it sounds fine for what it needs to be. It's got a bit of thump. It's got a little bit of like artifact in there. So maybe we need to, do we experiment with a different kick drum? Do we try a different kit here? Because there are other kits here, but I just don't know. Do we go for like, try the electro kit maybe? See if that kick drum's gonna... Oh no! No. No. Oh no. No. You know what? I think we did this before, didn't we? And I worked out that house kit is the one that we want there. If you can't be with the one you want, honey, use the kick drum you're with. So we want to make sure that we don't overload these, because here's the thing. If we double tap, this puts it to 0 dB, and that I find that once you mix everything in, then you want to actually, you've got too much going on. So we're probably going to bring this down. Let's sort of start like down here, maybe like -6 on our kick drum. And then we can layer everything up around it, yeah? Yeah, cool. So that's that one. Now let's get a bit ordered here with our tracks. We'll come on down. I tell you what, Jade Star's like laughing at me now going, CP, I told you should have got the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Maybe I'll buy the new one, Jade. Maybe. No. Not gonna. I'm doing a show tomorrow actually on what you should consider buying of the new Apple products. Oh, so this is a bit clunky. I'm trying to drag this up, but it's not working so well. Tap, drag, boop, boop, boop. I want to put this right up under that one, but it's not. When I drag it up with the mouse, it doesn't keep going. So it gets to the top of the screen and then says, no, that's enough, Pete. If you can't see it, it's not happening. So there you go. So we've got that click drum there, which is our kick. Let's change the click to kick, because I'm pretty sure we're just going to keep this and we're going to call, and it's going to be our kick drum. So click is now kick. All right, there's our kick click. And this one is going to be our beat. So it's going to be pretty simple at this stage. The other thing, oh, I put it in caps. How rude of me. Beat! I'm yelling at you. Get off my lawn. Beat. There we go. So let's mix this beat in here. And do I need, what I was thinking originally is, well, for starters, we don't need it in this first 2 bits because that doesn't start till there. So we'll erase that and we'll erase that. So what I was thinking is I wanted, like, just for the start here, some tom drums doing a do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, something like that. So let's just play it. And you tell me if I'm dreaming or if that's something that should be here. So I reckon that's just a really nice thing that's just going to make the song go along the whole way. And then I think the accents, I just want a kit that has some toms that just does some do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So what I actually want here, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do you reckon? What do you reckon? Let me know. Yeah. Oh, and I love this too, by the way. The folks that this is what happens in the Patreon stream. So we just got folks having a chat here. So yeah, got folks talking about retirement and talking about. So Joe's retired from nursing, which is a blessing. Very good. Michael is happily retired since 2017. I know you folks aren't really retired because you are working probably harder on your music now than you have on anything else in your life. But yeah, and Mark, I think you've recently retired since March. Beautiful. I consider myself semi-retired. Even though I work more hours in a week than I probably ever have, I consider myself semi-retired because when you do what you love, I know it's a cliche, but when you do what you love, hard to complain. All right, what do we reckon about these tom drums? Won't do it here today, but or maybe not right now, but maybe we'll experiment with that afterwards. Or do we just try it now? Let's just try it now. Go on, let's do it. So add in the track, add in an audio track. No, we don't want. Do we want an audio track? We want a drum kit. All right, so I'll delete that. Delete that track. We'll add in a MIDI track, and we'll just find. We don't want the E bass. We want to come in here to one of these kits, because there are all these cool kits that we have here. Actually, we can go down here, can't we? Drum kits. So even though we don't want that, maybe in the electro kits, do these have some cool? How do we get to the pads? There we go, pads. Jesus, I didn't know what that was. I'm looking for toms. These don't have any toms. That's unfortunate. Where's the toms at? Okay, so maybe we need a different one. Oh, hang on. No tom drums. No. What's an electro kit without tom drums? You know what I'm thinking of though, yeah? You've got it in your head. Maybe I just need to do it with my mouth. The pop kits, do they have any decent toms? They've got more regular. You know what I'm looking for though, yeah? That real 80s synth drum kit, which I thought we'd have something like that here. No, nothing in that. Hip hop kit, or what about this electro kit? Any toms? That's the closest, right? I reckon that with some really big verb could actually do it, right? So like. Something like that. All right, I'm just going to try it. We're just going to give it a crack here because I just want something like that in here, and it gives me an excuse to play these drums. It's not quite the sound I'm looking for, but we'll try it. So now, how do I record in here? So, all right. So let's just try this, shall we? 2, 3. That's where we got the 2. It's a bit thin, but it's kind of what I want. So we'll leave it there for now, and we'll turn up the volume, pump up the volume, and we need a little bit more bass in there too, don't we? So let's go to our channel. Good chance to use this channel strip to give us a little bit of bass. So we'll go in here to the. No, it doesn't have EQ. That's right. The channel strip doesn't have the EQ, but we'll be able to put a little compression on here as well. Let's go to our factory presets. Let's use one of the drum presets. Let's use the drum room preset here on these and see what this does. So it's a little bit intense, isn't it? So maybe not. Maybe what the there's a snare. There's a snare one there. We'll just borrow the snare. No, that's way too overcooked. All right, we'll turn that off. We'll go back to default. We really just want some EQ, don't we? So we'll turn on the studio EQ, and we'll just give it a little bit of a ramp here like this, and then it's not quite right, is it? Not quite right, but we'll get there. Yes, add the Jesus tom drums. Is that it? Try the drum machines for the toms. Yeah, are there? If there's something else that's got drums, let me know. We'll leave it there now just so that I can get an idea of what I want there. And then. Yep, all right. Now let's bring our bass in here. So we've got our electric bass, which is this sucker here. We'll bring this one on up and get this mixed in with our. Right? Yeah. And I've crushed these, by the way. I quantized these right down onto the eighth note because I wanted it to be a really tight, locked-in beat. That's sitting nicely, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Now, what do we think about the bass guitar here, folks? We need to make a pretty significant decision here as to whether this bass guitar actually survives. Now, let's see. We'll do my vertical scroll. There we go. Oh, there you go. Oh, this gives us a nice bird's eye view now, doesn't it? So we can grab this and drag it up, and let's put this under our synth bass. All right. And that's it's a bit too messy, isn't it? Too strolled in. All right. There we go. So we've got our bass guitar here to go along with our regular bass, and I don't know if it works. it's a different rhythm, and I don't know whether I put it underneath or whether we just go, you know what, this is guitarless. So let's bring this bass guitar up in. Does it work or does it not? I don't know. We'll mix it in for now. We can always just get rid of it afterwards. So let's just listen again for the start here and just get the mix happening. Not sure. Not sure if it stays. Should it stay or should it go now? All right. So let's have a look at these little strings here that we now bring in, the little sawtooth strings, and I'll rename these as we go so I know what this is, because this is going to be this is like the intro riff here. So we'll go to our channel, we'll turn it up, and we'll just solo this so I know what we're actually bringing in here. So this is. Yep, so this is going to be our saw synth intro. So what we'll do is we'll just call it, so I know exactly what it is here, saw synth saw synth intro. Boom. Cool. So that is the start of what we do here. And yeah, I think that one's sounding okay and that should work in there. That one needs quantizing, doesn't it? We'll quantize this down to the 8th note. Boom. And then, so the thing with quantize here is you've got to set your quantization settings here, your strength, your swing, anything that you want. We don't want any of that. We just want an 8th note. And then you hit it here and see how it just shimmies all of your sounds? It actually bakes in your quantization. So it's a bit different from your usual, like the types of sort of softer quantization where the quantization sits on top of it. It actually bakes it in like it does in things like Reaper and Pro Tools and other things. So that's something to keep in mind, that if you have a sound that you want to get back, I'm not sure. I haven't found a way that you can unquantize. There's auto quantization too. I wonder what that does. Anyway, let's listen to this again. I actually don't love that flanger that we put on there. I don't think we need it because it kind of gets that detuned sound that's not quite right. We need it to be a sound that's more on the money. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like it. Alrighty. Oh yeah, Russ. Yeah, I'm sure you've done your fair of disco tracks. Yeah, I know. It's probably my first real disco-y track. I mean, I did the song Imagination a while ago. I did that Lucky song, but I've never done anything quite this disco-y. That's for sure. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Just making sure that there's no messages that are coming in here that I need. Just going to send this code. My daughters are trying to play Minecraft, so I'm just sending them that. All right, there we go. Right, what I should try and pipe in for the folks that are chatting on Clubhouse. I should try and pipe your audio into here, so I can talk to you there and here at the same time. That might be a wee bit distracting for me, so I'll probably leave that out. All right, so. All right, happy with that. We also want to bring this morning pad. I will bring my morning pad up here, and this is used throughout, isn't it? This is used as a pad in the other parts here as well. I do like that we can just go to our channel and quickly access the channel even when we're in this mode. That's kind of handy. So this is kind of more of a lead pad is what I would call it, because it's still a pad, but it's more of a lead sound pad. So I'm going to call this my lead pad so that I can know in my head what I'm talking about. And we'll mix this one in over here on the intro. All right, now panning. I think we need some panning here. So I'm thinking that this one that's doing more of the pad gets panned to the left because I like my stuff. So about half left, and then this one around about 50 to 60 right. I think this will create a bit more of a nice stereo texture. Let's take a listen. Yeah, and then I'll need to think about down here where this comes back in if I have those separated like that. And then I probably, because these two are again complementing each other, I probably need to put one of these to the left and one to the right, but we'll turn them up first. So these are our verse strings, the sawtooth for the verses. So we'll grab this, and this is our saw verses. All right. So let's solo this one, and again, just turn up the volume a little bit and take a listen to what this is doing. Nothing, because I didn't start at the start. All right, so that's already got quite a lot of effects on there and quite a bit of a tail. So we don't really need to do anything with a lot of these tracks in terms of effects, because when you're using synth sounds that already have baked in effects, you can kind of overdo it a little bit. So let's go back to our mixer and just mix in these strings, shall we, with our verses. Take on the solo. Now, the sound there that we're getting on this sound, we probably need to go back to here because we're going to have to try and work out how to change some of these, some of the sounds that we get in here, because it's the up and down it's doing is not really in tune with what we're doing here. But I'm not a synth guy, so I don't know what part of what I need to actually change that. So maybe it's something like the vibration depth, is it? that it's doing it at, or maybe the chorus sound. Maybe just need a little bit less on the chorus in there. Maybe that could be what we need. Hang on, flat. See, this is where I need to learn more. I think it's going to be okay because it doesn't really have to be, but just the wavering that's like something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if there's something that I'm missing there that I should probably be tapping on that's actually going to work for it. Is it Bubba's saying there's a sync? Is there like a sync mode button that I can just say sync it to a tempo somewhere? Yeah, Bubba's saying sync button. Is there a sync button somewhere that I'm missing? If you see one, let me know. There is sync here, but that's more for your step sequencer. So I don't know if there's something that's going to help us here, or whether we just turn the chorus completely off there. Oh dear. Yep. What is it like without the chorus on there? It's not actually either of those, it's just the natural sound of it. That's cool, we'll leave it on there for now. Let's go to our analog keyboard here and try this one out. We'll go to our channel and we'll turn it up, and that one is doing a bit of this. All right, so those are working okay. We'll bring those back into our mix. So this is what the sounds we're going to get through our verses are going to do this. Now, do we put this one, again with our panning, I'm thinking that we put this one again a little to the left maybe not that much to the left, and then this one a little to the right. Again, just to give ourselves a little bit more space and width here. So let's just take a listen. Just giving it that separation. And maybe with this one, maybe we have a completely different sound. Maybe that's not the right synth sound for that. Maybe we need to play around with that later. Now we just have this little one here that does this little string bit here that does... You can't hear it because its volume's down. We'll come to this channel. And it just does this. I kind of like it. I think it just sits in there nicely. So we'll just play this back. That would actually be cool to automate to go from left to right, like meow. Do you reckon? I think so. Let's see if I can work out automation here on the fly. Automation. Open editor. So I want to just use right automation on a pan, but I don't quite know how to do that. Pan. Or maybe I just need to add it in here. Man, this is where not having much experience with automation. Okay, so here we go. We got right. So we can turn right mode on, and we're here in the pan. But how do we actually do it so that we can do it at the time as we do it? Maybe we just go back to our mixer. Okay, so we've got right automation on there, but we don't want that on the kick drum. We want it on this one. Okay, so maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I just do this, and I have it panned left, and it crashes. Whoop, whoop. We got our very first crash of the day. Hip, hip, hooray. Cubasis for the win. All right, but it does do automatic saving, so it should be fine. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it looks good. Looks like everything's still there. Are all of our mixes still where we had them? Bloody hope so. All right, looks okay. We're back. So if we come down here to these strings that we were playing around with here. So it should be as simple as, if I find the string, which is these ones, putting right on here, and then writing just basically, this is what I did last time and it crashed. No, it's okay that time. All right. So come on across, and then as I play this back, I should be able to just pull this pan like that in real time, and it should actually write in that automation, yeah? We're about to find out. So, did it do it, and will it do it in the future? I don't think it works that way, Pete. Or maybe I need to leave the read mode on. Oh yeah, there we go. And turn the volume up a little bit so I can actually hear it. That's kind of cool, right? Yeah, there you go. Maybe I could stop Cubasis crashing by using Reiki. Is that thing where you touch things but you don't quite touch them? So you're saying that I should just put my hand just over it? Is that am I right there? That weird meditation thing? No, something different? Maybe. All right, so we're getting there. So we're getting to the point where we've got almost our static mix here with a lot of our instruments, and then it's just the vocals that we have to bring in over the top of this. So we've brought in this Mary's voice, which I only brought in for this first chorus, but I think it's just because I haven't copied it out. I can't remember what it is or why we used it. I think it was like a choiry kind of thing. So let's find out, shall we? We'll turn it up. It's doing this. Yeah. All right, I do like that. And I think we do need that in the next section. So we can do a copy. And I think it's down here that we actually will need it. Yeah. So we'll bring it, we will paste it in here. Paste it, Mary. There's something about Mary. I heard that once. And then we'll put it down here in the last one as well. There'll probably be some sweetening that we may want to do with some additional sounds here, but it really all depends on how things come out. I must admit that Cubasis has kind of changed my workflow a bit. I'm not usually at this point in this part of a song. It's a bit weird. I don't know. Righty, let's go back here. So that's cool. We'll come back to our mixer and go to this section. It's a little bit fiddly. Again, Jade, laughing at me. I should have got a 12.9-inch iPad. Absolutely. All right. All right. The question I have is, guitars, yes or no? Let me know if you think there need to be guitars in this. Because the lead guitar that I tried to record originally just didn't really work for me, in my opinion. We've got to go here and unmute it. There you go. And we'll turn the volume up a bit. I think it's more just because it was a really dodgy guitar tone and didn't really... I think the guitar was out of tune. Let's just have a listen to it. I just think, yeah, I think Michael's right here. I just think no guitars. I think it would fill it up too much. I think having the synths in there just are enough. We're going with it for now anyway. Because like I said, I want to get to a point where we've got a sound here. Yep, no guitars in 80s synth pop, right? Yep. I think I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone here and go with the nose guitars. All right, let's go. We're gonna do some vocal. We'll get our vocal mix in here, and then what I'm gonna do is a little comping. So I'm gonna use these two tracks first. I may re-record the vocals if I'm really not happy with them, but I'm going to pick a vocal and mute the other one. So I'm going to pick vocal lead 2, and then what we'll do is we'll leave the harmonies muted for now. We're going to go through and yeah, listen to these vocals, mix them in, and then see if there's any that really stand out as bad, rather than do a whole comp thing where I try to work out which one works for what and do a sort of A-B comparison. I'm just going to hit play, and then if there's something that sounds really off, I'll try the other one, and hopefully it sounds better. All right, so let's turn this up and we'll listen to this vocal. Back in 1985, late for class, but feeling fine 'cause I have a rock and roll band. Got a call from my older friend, working on a way to bend the space. Time continuum, but it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. All right, so what do I need on this? I need to, oh, that's the wrong track. This one here. I need to be able to turn the volume down a little bit because I'm overloading the volume there, but it needs compression, doesn't it? That's why it's sounding thin. So we're going to go to our effects. Should we try using the channel strip compressor? I've got to get used to this thing, don't I? So we might as well. So here's our compressor. So we've got ratio over here. So what's that? So that goes up to 8:1. So we'll probably go like a 4:1 ratio here. We can dial in our threshold there. We want the attack to be pretty quick. All these knobs. And a pretty slow release on there. Now it's got auto makeup gain on there. I'll leave the auto makeup gain. Oh, and you can actually have... Oh, you can have auto threshold. Oh, no, that's the release. Auto release. Yeah, let's do auto release as well. Let's keep it simple here. So let's grab this vocal. I'll solo it for now, just to play around with this. But yeah, then I'll make sure that we're actually compressing it in the mix. But just to hear the difference. Back in 1985. So there's bypassed. Late for class, but feeling fine 'cause I have a rock and roll band. Got a call from my older friend, working on a way to bend the space. Time continuum, but it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Is that sounding about right? What do you reckon? Yeah, I don't know. How nice is it that you can mute clips instead of having to delete them, by the way? I know. I love that I can just have these in here. They can stay there, and if I want them in the future or if I want to remember what I did, they can stay there, but just that mute button. I'll probably have to do a video at the end of this, like 10 reasons you should try Cubasis, or my 10 favorite Cubasis things, because there's a lot of stuff I love in this. Like for the challenges I've had, there's a lot of stuff that I do really love in this. What do we reckon? Is this getting close in terms of our sort of static mix? Let's go back to the start and I'll play through. We'll grab our faders here and we'll do a little bit of blending because we've got all of the different tracks that we want in there. In the lead vocal, we don't have our backing vocals in yet, and we don't have the vocal doubles in the choruses, which is something I do want. I think I just need a little more thickness on this lead vocal, and I don't know what exactly that needs to be. Maybe just a little hint of distortion or some saturation, in fact. Don't we have, yeah, we've got a saturator right here. Let's just see if we can, a little saturation might just, a little bit of tape warmth. Yeah, we've got tape saturation. But it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Yeah? Do you reckon the saturation? So no saturation. Time flies and you're out of... Oh, I've obviously clipped that there. Yep. Oh, oh no, I moved it. Undo. Grab the handle. Need to find my mom and dad and get them to the fish under the sea dance before we all fade away. Yeah, that little bit of that. Maybe some chorus on the lead vocal. Yeah, that could be a thing. Let's add that. Because there was in the internal effects, there was a chorus setting that was like lead vocal in the factory presets, I'm pretty sure. Pop-Tart vocals. Tape flux, vintage chorus. What's the Pop-Tart vocals? I like the sound of that. Oh, it's got quite a bit in there. We probably don't need that much chorus, but we'll let's just try it, shall we? Need to find my mom and dad, not that much, but yeah. Get them to the fish under the sea dance. That's got that 80s sound. Before we all fade away. Good call, Tom. Great Scott, this is gonna be tough. The dog's plan is pretty rough, cause we need a lightning bolt. But my girlfriend had written her number for me, and I now know my density. Time flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows. Well, that's a bad chorus, isn't it? Yeah. Joe's saying, don't need to redo vocals. Yeah, I hope not. There's just a few bits that make me a bit cringy, but if we can borrow from the original one, and because it repeats itself a lot, we can maybe just, for our doubled vocal, maybe we can reuse some of the other ones that sound the best. Don't tell anyone. Wait, I'm telling everyone. Righty. Let's see what we need to do here. So we'll go back to the start. I just want to listen to it. What do we reckon about these... See, I wanted these kick drums, these tom drums in there. I hear them in my head. You know what I need to do? I probably need to get my old Casio keyboard and just sample the... Because that's the sound I've got in my head, that old Casio keyboard kit. So maybe if I'm feeling a little bit adventurous, I can do that. Anyway, let's listen to this, and we'll throw the mix on here. What I'll do, just for ease of vision, we'll bring these vocals up. So can we multi-select tracks? I don't think so. I think I have to select track by track. But we'll just bring them up here above the guitars, because we're probably not going to use the guitars. So there's my vocal lead 1, my vocal lead 2. This one's nothing, so we'll just delete it. And then our vocal harmony ideas that we'll bring in here. Bump. And this one. All right. So this is looking okay. And we can see everything and where it comes in and out for our whole track. That's a pretty cool view. I like being able to see that. You can kind of get that map view of your track, yeah? And then if we bring the mixer up here, yeah, this will be good. We'll be able to see where everything's going. And we'll even, just because we're doing basic mixing here, we're not changing around anything else. We don't need the big XL or even the medium ones. We just want to be able to see our pans and our fades here. And then we'll see if we can mix this in. These two are our backing vocals. We'll leave them for now. Let's try it. Let's play through this and see. Tom's saying, got to check out the drum machines in CB for those toms. Trust me on this, they'll be perfect. So the drum machines in Cubasis, I don't know where they are because they're obviously not the ones that I was looking at there. Are they called like the classic machines or something? We'll try that afterwards. So let's do a quick mix here, and then we'll go from there. So this is the start of the song. Bass guitar, no. Bass guitar, no. It's just not working for me. Like, I like playing bass guitar, but I think this can be an all synth song. Let's just try it again without the bass guitar. Back in 1985, late for class, but feeling fine, 'cause I have a rock and roll band. Got a call from my older friend, working on a way to bend the space. Time continuum, but it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Need to find my mom and dad and get them to the fish under the sea dance before we all fade away. This is gonna be tough. The dark's plan is pretty rough, 'cause we need a lightning bolt. But my girlfriend had written her number for me, and I now know my density. Time flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. So it's that chorus that I think doesn't sound good. So for me, and I now know my density. So that's where I think we need to swap it out with this original one because hopefully it's better. Let's, what can we do? So we can mute out. Okay, so this is where Cubasis might be handy because I just want to mute out these two, right? Yeah. And then I just want to bring it in for this and I want to mute out the one down below here. So what I need to do is I need to split this one here. Split it. Nope, not you. Undo. Split this track. Split it like that. And then, yeah, this one here is going to come in here and I moved it again. Undo. You've got to really grab the handle there and move just the handle. So I want this one to come in and do this chorus. I'll move it down to the right track afterwards, but just to audition it, I just want to do this. Split there, split there. All right. So I don't want this one. I want this one, and we'll mute it. Mute there. So now we can just move between these two, yeah, and we'll mute that one too. Problem's going to be that this doesn't have any of the same effects as the other one. So, but we'll just listen to see if it's going to sound good. And if it is, we'll move it. Oh, we've moved the track again, didn't I? All right, screw that. I'm not going to do any of that. Undo. Yep, there it is. That's where it moved back. All right, we'll redo that split just so that I know where we don't want it. All right, let's just solo and listen to this vocal and just make sure it's right first, shall we? Do over. All right. Time flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows. That's better. How heavy it feels. Yeah. Dooba dooba dooba. Time flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Yeah, so that's definitely the better vocal that we'll use down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this one out. Duplicate this track. So that this has got the same processing on it, yeah? So, and then just get rid of, if we tap the select button, get rid of all the audio in this one. Delete it, erase it. And then, so this has now got the same processing as that one. And this is where we're going to put our spares, which we're going to use as the vocal double. So this one's going to come down as our double track now. So we've got a split there. We've got to split up this one as well. Split it. So this is the bad version. This is going to come straight down. Let's see if we can actually drag it without changing its spot. Tap, drag, tap, tap, drag. Why won't it drag? Oh, I'm going to use my finger. Tap, drag. Oh, see, it's so fiddly. It's so hard. Is there a snap to grid? Oh, I've got the grid off. No wonder. Oh, Johns. When will you learn? All right, now that I've got the grid on, I won't make all these same weird mistakes. All right, tap and hold. Oh, why won't it tap? Tap, tap and hold, drag down. No, don't scroll. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, so tap. I want you to go down there. But when I tap and drag you, you don't go there. So I'm going to have to copy you and paste you. I'm obviously doing something wrong. I don't blame Cubasis. I blame me because I haven't learned how to use it properly. So there you go. So that's down there. This one gets deleted. And then this one replaces this. Can I drag you? No, you're not going to drag either. Okay. Fine. We'll trim. We'll copy you. We'll paste you. Down there. Paste. All right. I think we're vaguely where we need to be. All right. And we'll remove this one so we know what we've got there. All right. Erase. Cool. Sort of. And this one, we'll make sure that we're muted again. And we'll mute out all these because they're not being used right now. So what has happened here is we've just replaced vocal 2 with vocal 1 just for this section. It should then blend right back in, so we've got vocal 2 again. Comping, not for the win. Comping in GarageBand, a heck of a lot easier in my experience here. So let's play this. I need Capsulab to sing a 1.21 harmony over you. Oh, right? Yeah, how good would that be? That would be so cool. And Michael's saying the chorus needs more punch. All right, we'll have a bit of a twiddle with the chorus and give that some more punch in a minute. Let's just see if this has been a success or a dog's breakfast. We'll turn down that this one. Actually, we'll rename this as vocals double, just so that we know that that's what our intention is, or at least was at the time. Vocals double. All right, let's play through, shall we? What have we got soloed that I don't remember having soloed? Something. We've just got everything muted. Well, that's nice. Let's unmute it all. And had written a number for me, and I now know my density. Time that flies and it's time to run. Yay! The in-tune version from the first take is back. That's cool. All right. So yeah, let's address this chorus and give this chorus a little bit more oomph, because I agree. I probably made it too subtle in the end. What do we reckon? Do we increase the rate of the chorus, the depth, or we just give it more in the mix? I'll just put some more in the mix here, and then let me know if we need to change something. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Yeah, I think the chorus is right. I think having it that rate and that depth with the preset we had there is good, but we had it down at 15. Let's set it around like 32, shall we? And have a play. Time that flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Yeah, more mix. Time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows. I reckon that's about, yeah, that's about there. How heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One low pine and you disappear. You're done. Yeah, I think that's about right. You know what I think we need, though, is a little EQ, because I don't think I've done it. No, I haven't put any EQ on this at all. So let's, I think I need to roll off some of the top end here, because I think I'm getting a little bit too much, like, harshness at the top end there. Does that make sense? So let's come back to where I'm sort of singing in a verse here. Call from my older friends, working on a way to bend the space. Time continue on, but it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time that flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One more pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Need to find my mom and dad and get them to the fish under the sea dance. Before we all fade away. All right, I think we're getting kind of there, yeah? I think it's right. So what we now need to do is I definitely want a double in the choruses, the chori. So we'll do that, and then we'll probably finish up. Where are we at? Yeah, we've been here an hour. Thanks for hanging out. We've been here an hour, and I don't want my brain will start getting frazzled. I just wanted a version that I can be pretty happy with to go away with. But yeah, I like the idea, Russ, having a female vocal of the 1.21. We'll see if we have time to do that. You could copy the vocal to another track with a different effect for certain words. Yeah. I'm thinking that, Russ. I'm thinking maybe like either some automated delay on the last word. 1.21, something like that. So that the delay just comes up like the old school. More of a 90s effect, I guess, than an 80s effect, but we'll see. So, but it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time that's where we need it. And now that I'm back on my grid, jeebus, no wonder I was struggling. Now that I'm back on my grid, we should be okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up and split there. We're going to split there. We're going to grab this. Can I drag now? Hey, sometimes it lets me drag, sometimes not. But I don't think that dragged into the right spot, did it? Or did it? We're about to find out. So we'll bring this one up. So this has got very similar sort of effects on it at the moment for our vocal double, which we'll go with, but we probably want to change that up a little bit, maybe putting a little bit more reverb and stuff on there, or maybe less. We'll find out. So we also need to unmute it, and we need to make sure that it's down in there a little bit. So we'll play this now. Time flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. So here's what the double sounds like together. Time flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. So it just gives it a little bit more oomph in those chori. Now the next one should already be set there because we already used the other version here. Time flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time flies and you're out of here. One low pine and you did. All right, that's working pretty well. We just need to do this final version where we're going to split it. We're going to split it. We're going to. Now this is going to be interesting because I did this experiment where I went long on this last one. 1.21, which I think I might stay with. So maybe just that last 1.21 is not going to be able to have its double, which is fine. We'll just trim it off at the end there. And we can add some weird, funky effect on that one just to change it up. All right. Sorry, Benjamin, you had a question before. Thank you. Yeah. Does GarageBand have similar settings to adjust? Yeah, kind of. It's quite similar, but there's a few differences. So Cubasis is just a bit more complex and has some more options that we have there. And you had another question earlier that I totally overlooked, so I apologize for that. How did I get the idea for this song? So the community kind of came up with it. So we started out and I said, what genre do we want to do? An 80s synth rock kind of one, although it's kind of turned into 80s synth pop, hasn't it? So that was sort of the initial thing. And then I said, what do you want it to be about? I had like big hair or like 80s culture or fashion or Back to the Future was one of the ideas. And then in terms of the name, it was actually Mark Bro. He's right here in the chat. He came up with the idea of it being Time McFlies, and I ran with it. So there you go, Mark. When I make the 14 cents in distribution for this song, I'll chip 4 cents over to you. No. But yeah, with any of you, because you are patrons, or those of you that are here visiting, maybe you are patrons of the future, then yeah, just I will help you out because that's what we do here. We all rise together, as Jade said. As Jade says. All right, let's take a listen to this last version here. Time flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time flies and you're out of here. One more pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. All right. So, do we bring in these vocal harmonies? So the harmony idea I had here, we'll play with these just to the end, and then we'll be done, I promise. So we have these vocal harmonies, which don't have any effects on them, or many effects on them yet, but we've got one pan left and one pan right. Let's see if they work. But it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Time flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows. I don't mind them. Let's just put them in the next spot for now. Now, can I do a multi-select like this? I can't select. Yes, I can. I can select across 2 tracks. So we'll copy them there, and we'll put them in the point where they need to be on the next one. Oh, we lost the screen. It's weird. It's round about this time that the screen just decides, no, Reflector says, I'm done. I've just had enough of this. So we'll reattach it. There it is. Back over to here. And we'll attach the sound back in and see if we can actually resurrect this. Oh, how you doing? You been well? Doing good? Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading the chat here. Yeah, more pop. Yeah, I think I need to hone my pop skills because I'm not much of a pop producer. It all went so wrong. All right, so we got those there. I think we already copied them, but we'll just redo it anyway. And then, but it all went so wrong. Oh, but my girl. So it's going to be here again. So we should be able to hit the paste button there and boom. Yes, but I went over just because it's like that. Okay. All right. Because it goes into that next section where we've got more. Friend had for me, and I now know my. I didn't put that in the right spot, did I? I think it needs to be 1 notch to the left. Or maybe even 2 notches. Let's just have a listen. My girl. And I now know. Yep, it's got to be there. This is the problem, isn't it? But my girl, turn her number for me. I haven't got those lined up at all well, so I'm just going to erase them for now. But let's just see if we need these final harmony bits. And I now know my density. My girlfriend had read time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One more bite and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Run. Sometimes time that flies and you're out of here. One more pound and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. All right. So I think I need to keep working on those, but I'm going to leave them in there for now just as that. Let's just add some very basic effects to these just to give them a little bit of the same sort of treatment. I wonder if we can, you know what the easiest thing to do would be? Because we don't want it to be exactly the lead vocals, but we want them to be similar. So I'm going to do a wee bit of a cheat here. I'm just going to duplicate out that and then delete it. Bonk. Erase. And then duplicate it again, and then grab all of these. Now I'll need to be really careful to try and bring it into the right spot. But bump. If we zoom in and we just make sure that we get it exactly to the spot that it's come from. So tap, drag up. Why won't you let me drag? Let's just copy then. We'll copy. And then this should help us get it in exactly the right spot. Oh, see, it's doing that thing. Okay, what I need to do is we need to make sure it's trimmed to a point. This is what I wasn't doing well before. Make sure that my start point there is trimmed to the right point, and then when I go copy, and then when I come to this track and I go paste, it's going to put them exactly aligned with everything. All right, that's cool. Now we can just select out these. In fact, we can just delete these 2 tracks now, can't we? Delete, delete. So these are actually going to be vocal harmony instead. Vocal back left. And this one is going to be, see, this is why I wish this is going to be vocal back to back right. That's why I wish I didn't have that problem with the, what is that called? The iPhone. See, I'm losing my brain. I'm going to have to stop soon. That's why I have the problem with the iPhone, because I'd like to just be able to take this with me and work on these today. What I'll probably actually do is just still take it with me, record in some vocals, and then maybe just export those WAV files of the vocals and bring them in here. And that way I'm not risking my whole project and the whole sampling rate. Just to get some vocal harmony ideas to see what's going to work, because there's some good options here for some kind of 3-part harmonies and whatnot. All right, let's unmute everything.
But it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88.
Okay, I like those. And this one here.
Time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows.
Yep, nice and subtle, just sitting in behind. We'll tweak the effects when we get to the final mix. And then in this last section here, we've got the 1.21 that it does with the call response thing here. So
time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows.
So it's not loud enough here, but I don't want to turn the volume up, and I don't really want to mess with automation. Do we have clip gain in this? I think we do, don't we? Can we come here and just change? I thought we had a volume control separate sort of clip gain thing here, but it doesn't look like we do. We could normalize it. That would make it super loud. We don't really want to do that. Am I making up stuff that I thought we had the ability to come in here and just change the volume? I thought we learnt that earlier on. I could be wrong. I'm going to have to learn how to use things. It's all right. But yeah, I'll just turn it up for now. But at the end here, we've got this.
Time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels.
And then it comes in with the harmony 1.21s.
Time that flies and you're out of here. One more pint and you disappear. You're done. 1.21.
And I haven't quite worked out the ending. But I think that we're closer than we've ever been, yeah. So what do we do when we finish up something and we've done a bunch of stuff? Well, of course, we come in here and we duplicate out our project. Okay, so there's the thing. That's what I didn't do last time. I didn't click it and then hit duplicate. And then come in here and change this to number 5. And hit that one. All right, so now we've got that version. Number 5, which, yeah, because we haven't recorded it. I'm like, why is the size the same? Because we haven't added any records. We're just getting there. So sounding better, although the last stretched 21 should be modified. Yeah, in the lead. You're right. Yeah, it does need something. 1.20. Well, yeah, it needs to do something like really wacky, some weird flange finale thing in the end there. So you reckon? I reckon. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to listen back to the whole mix. You can have a bit of a listen here. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Oh, geez. All right. I'll probably be taking this with me and having a bit of a listen and working on it through the day. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And it is. It's awesome, Benjamin, that we can do all this on an iPad and even an iPhone. It's awesome stuff. So let's go out with a bit of a listen to this one. Tomorrow on the show, what we're going to do is we're talking about the new stuff. So I know we talked about the announcement, the Apple announcement. I wanted to give you a day off to take a breather. But then tomorrow what I'm going to do is talk about the iMac and the iPad Pro and talk about who these are for. Should you consider them? What creators should and shouldn't decide to upgrade? Why would you? So we're going to have a bit of a fun chat. And then I'm going to be on Jade's show as well. We're doing a bit of a rant. We do that every month or two just to vent the spleen. So if you think this is unfiltered me, you might want to tune in for that one. All right, let's take a listen to this one. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do the drums, but I'm out of energy. So I will find those classic drum machines and play with them, and maybe we can do that on the next episode of this show. So we're getting there, folks. Thanks for all of your help and all your suggestions, and let's go out taking a listen to this, shall we? This is 1.21 Time McFlies.
fine 'cause I have a rock and roll band. Got a call from my older friend, working on a way to bend the space. Time continues on, but it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time that flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One long pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Need to find my mom and dad and get them to the fish under the sea dance before we all fade away. Great Scott, this is gonna be tough.
They're intense.
The dark squad is pretty rough 'cause we need a lightning bolt. But my girlfriend had written her number for me, and I now know my density. Time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One low pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Parking cars with boys, flux capacitors.
I think we need a lot more delay on this, on the vocals in this section. Don't you reckon?
Had to play guitar, might have gone too far, but your kids are gonna love it. Time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One more pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21.
There we go. Yeah, I think so. I think we're there. Well, we're where we need to be on the 22nd of April. So we've got 8 days left in this. So again, next steps from here is I'll take this, I'll turn this into probably a 10 or 15 minute show, just showing the highlights of what we did here today. And I'll release that tomorrow. We may do another live. I may have just run out of energy actually for tomorrow. So it'll probably then go on pause. I'll play with it a little bit over the weekend while we do the other shows. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be party time because we're going to be doing final mix, final master, releasing this, getting it out there with DistroKid and putting a fork in it. So, I mean, Cubasis is massive. I haven't touched on anywhere near as much as I thought I would be able to get to because again, it's so involved, but I'm actually super happy that I spent this time doing this, and hopefully you folks following along, you're getting to try before you buy. So if you already own Cubasis, hopefully it's helping you with your journey with it, and if you haven't already, you're working out if it's going to actually be the right thing for you. So thanks for being here. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jade. Looking forward to being on Jade's show as well tomorrow, and again talking about those new Apple products in tomorrow's show. But until then, I'm going to go have another coffee because, look, I only got halfway through my coffee. I got too distracted by doing this. So I've got to go and have some more coffee and then get out and get some exercise because I've been sitting in this studio all day. I need to get some fresh air. So I'll catch you all around. Remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and keep creating. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.